Welcome everyone to a Tilt webinar with Gloria Enrique, Assessment in the MFL Classroom with Microsoft Teams. I'm Helen Myers, I'm chair of the London branch of the Association for Language Learning, and we're really happy to be hosting these webinars, which we've now been doing for nearly a year. Heike Philp and Linguoscope help us set things up, but it's Joe Dale really who has done an enormous amount to bring us brilliant talent. And I know he's particularly excited about tonight's talent, but he'll be introducing her later. But first of all, Joe, tell us about you.
I'd love to, Helen. Yeah, I'm very excited about Gloria's session today, but a little bit about me to start off with. So as we all know, I'm an independent languages consultant. In the chat, I'm sharing with you right now 18 example sessions that I can help departments with, multi-academy trusts, language associations all over the world if you would like some help. And also in the chat, I've also shared, I think it's about, 19 separate webinars I've helped to organize, which are coming up. Well, some of which have happened, but I put the recordings of those webinars on that list as well. But there's lots and lots to look forward to in the next couple of months. I appreciate people are going back to school and are going to be less, they have less free time to do these sorts of things, but nearly all of those will be recorded as well. So you'll be able to catch them on my YouTube channel. So if you want any help at all, just let me know and I would love to help you with that. Over to you, Helen, and let's crack on with this amazing webinar today.
Okay, so ALL, Association for Language Learning. If you remember, please do write this in the chat. It's been an absolute delight to see the number of people who've actually been joining ALL during this period. We've had, I think, more people join than ever before. And I think a lot of that actually is down to these webinars where people have been encouraging you. If you join us, it'll be part of a good organization. You get a regular magazine. And in particular, we have an event which happens in March. Sadly, this year we have to be online, but it's a really good event. The 12th and 13th of March, I know that Joe is featured on this as well, packed with really, you will not know who to see because, there are just so many people there. But again, things are recorded. If you join ALL, it's going to be a particularly valuable, particularly cheap for you. So for 2 whole days, and I don't know, 70 sessions or something, it's just £36 if you are a member of ALL. So please do join us. And if you do, you get a discount for your first year if you come along to the event. Coming soon, lots of things here. I'm speaking along with Dr. Rachel Hawkes and David Binns on Monday evening. Really excited about this, actually. This is a platform for, in particular, it's dedicated for language learning so that you can get children to record themselves very easily, but in particular, record in response to a master track. And it's very easy to manage it. So that's going to be on Monday evening. You're very welcome to that. Danielle is coming along on March the 24th. That's changed from previously 25th, and we'll hear later on what that is. Jennifer's coming March the 27th, all the way from New York City. Anita is going to be here on April 3rd. And then Sarah asked me particularly to make sure that her if I've got that correct, your Twitter handle, because she said people won't know me as Sarah Bell. So she's coming on April the 10th. Lots of things going on. And then on our website, you can see all the links here, but this is what we're here for. And I'm now going to pass over to Joe to introduce our speaker.
Awesome. Well, I must say this is, it's taken months and months and months and months to persuade Gloria. I know she's a very busy lady, but I can honestly say that I'm incredibly excited about hearing from Gloria Enrique talking about all things Microsoft. To have a focus for this particular session, we agreed that we would have a look at assessment ideas, because I know that she's been very innovative in that way, particularly make it possible to create listening comprehension activities using Microsoft Forms. But what I would really encourage everyone to do in the chat is to ask Gloria some really hard questions, because I'm sure she'll know the answer. She is the gold standard, as far as I'm aware, of educators to do with Microsoft tools. So we're in for such a treat. I'm going to have to stop talking because I'm going to start gushing even more now. But over to you, Gloria. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I've been talking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks on different webinars, and today is the day where we're going to hear from the Gloria Enrique. So over to you, Gloria, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this Tilt webinar for us.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Actually, it is true. I believe that this lockdown catch us a bit of a surprise for everyone, and it was particularly hard at the beginning. So for that, all that of busyness. And I think we all understand very well what's that sometimes you become a bit overwhelmed with things, and one step at a time. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's actually a real pleasure to be here. And thank you very much for everyone to take a moment of their day off, Saturday. I don't know where you are, but here is sunny. So I know it's hard sometimes to be stuck at home learning. So thank you very much for staying with me here. And I'm going to share my screen with everyone. I'm just going to start, okay? So, and please just let me know if we can all see or no.
Yeah, all good. We can see fine.
Very good. I'm new to Zoom, so any problems, please just let me know. So, just very fast, today I'm going to talk a bit about Microsoft Forms and how I use Microsoft Forms in my Spanish classroom. And first of all, I'm just going to introduce myself very fast for everyone. My name is Gloria Enrique. I'm a Spanish teacher in Ireland, in Sacred Heart School Tullamore. I'm a Microsoft Educator expert, Flipgrid, Wakelet, Geniali, and I Skype Global Learning Mentor. So something I really like is to use a bit of technology in the class, just to kind of trying to bring the language to life. Sometimes it's difficult, especially now in these times, to bring that part of the culture or things like that into the classroom. So for that, I like to use a bit of technology. There is my Twitter handle, and I used to be very active in Twitter. Now with my trying to limit my screen time after being all day in front of a computer. But anyway, if you have any questions or anything, please don't doubt to reach me in Twitter. I'm normally there. And sorry, speak very fast. So I will try to go a bit slow, and please just remind me to go a bit slow if I'm going too fast, okay? So this is what we are going to do today. I have it just here for myself because sometimes I'm a bit distracted and I tend to go a bit out of the question. So just to keep myself honest here in this webinar, that's what we are going to see today, or what are the things that I found more useful for myself for the classroom. I'm a very practical person. I like to use things that are useful for me and for my students. So for that, I'm very kind of trying to be organized. And for that, I like forms because it kind of save a little of time of my daily things that I have to do in class. So we are going to do today's sections, and we are going to start with that. But before anything, I'm just going to share with you a little, very fast Microsoft Forms, okay? So if you have your phone, you can scan the QR code, or you have there the link, and I'm going to get, 1 second, see if I can get the chat going on here. I have it in the chat as well. So if you can just get the phone, scan the code, and this way you can see a bit how easy it is to share Microsoft Forms in class with your students. Now, if we are in the classroom, you can just print it and put it in your door, on your wall, or someone in the corridor. And I'm sharing it here. You have it as well in the chat now, a link if you'd rather to just click on the link if you're in the computer and just answer there. So there it is, very easy, and I'm going to show later how we can share this with the students, okay? So just get the link, put it in your class, in the door, in the front of and students can just scan it and answer it very fast, or just with that link. And I will show later on at the end of how to share this in different kind of ways, different ways that the students can answer it. I found this very good, for example, and I'm going to show actually what we are answering, okay? So today, this one is very fast. It's one about, ¿Cómo estás hoy? How are you? I just put it in English here because I believe there are many different teachers here from different languages. So I saw in the chat that there is a lot of Spanish teachers. But anyway, you can see how you can change this to just suit your students and maybe the topic you are listening. And as you can see, I have already 43 answers, and very fast, with pictures, very easy to answer. And if you want to see the responses, you just go there and you just see. So I think a lot of people are having a great or a good day. Happy with that. I know the so-sos. I'm very happy that nobody is not doing good. Okay, so that's good. Very easy. It actually, as you can see, it updates in real time. So, and very good for kind of have a quick look of how are we doing. I say, how are you? And I like to do that, especially now that we are online, and especially with the younger students, to see how they are doing. But this could be, I have another one here to check at the end of the lesson. Sorry, yeah, no, it's not that one. I'm going to move this down. Here, for example, how are they doing with whatever lesson we are doing? And it will work exactly the same way. You can just put it in a little QR code on the door on the front of your class. And as the students were leaving, they can just answer it straight away. No major taking a lot out of the lesson or a lot of technology to be used. So that's one of the things I use. And as you saw, very easy to use. So I'm going to start with forms. So forms, if you're going into your Office 365 or into your account, a Microsoft account, you will find there forms. I know it seems that everything seems to be green, Sway and Excel, but forms is that one that have the F. And when you click on it, it will bring you to a page like this, to the landing page. First thing we have here is just offer you the option to create a new quiz. If we just press that little arrow there, you will see new form. What's the difference between new quiz and new form, you may ask? New quiz is graded. You can actually assign points for each question, where the form will be more kind of like a questionnaire that is not graded. Maybe if you want to send something home for the parents to answer, or maybe something, I like to use, I like that the students use these for their own research projects and things like that, so they can create their questionnaires. So the new form will be great for that. If we want to create something that is graded, sorry, or maybe like I say there, how are you, exit tickets, things like that, new form. For something more with grades, something that's, probably more of a formative or a more kind of like summative assessment, we will go to new quiz, okay? So just to begin with, I'm going to go to new quiz. Okay, and I have here a couple of examples, and I'm going to share with you at the end a Wakelet with a lot of resources and things to know about, where you can find more information about forms. So here, if we are going to the new quiz, I'm just going to click it. And this is what appears, okay? So blank quiz. Very fast, just here, we have the team, okay? I work in an all-girls school, so teams and colors and things like that are very important for us, okay? So if you want to change how this looks, they are going to give us a couple of ideas, okay? So if it's maybe a vocabulary or something like that, we can just choose one of the suggestions here, or we can actually change the colors, the backgrounds, or we could actually customize our own and bring a picture online, or one that we have already in our desktop or something we have downloaded before. So just for today, I'm not going to take too much into that. So I'm just going to put something like this, okay? Or this one, I like this one. And there it is. That's already a lot of time saved. It looks very pretty, and I didn't waste a lot of time on it. So just click it again. And then the first thing they're going to ask me is to name it. So I can put anything. I'm going to put today a Saturday test, for example. Okay, the next thing is going to allow me as well to put a little picture there. And we are going to see later on when we add the questions, why is this interesting, okay? So again, I can search here and just put test and see what I get. So there it is. Oh, too much there. There it is. Okay, I put something there, and you can add a description, for example, test on vocabulary about, I don't know, daily routines or whatever you would like to do. And that will be it. Okay, as well, if you like, you could put a bit of a description. If we have students with additional needs that may not actually recognize the picture, we could put alt test there for them to for them to make it more accessible. So I'm going to go to add new. We are going to start with all the type of questions and that we can make, the different type of questions that we can make. So if I'm going there to the plus, I'm going to come out again, add new. We have that we have choice, and we have test, and we have rating, and we have date. And if we press that little arrow, we have different ones: ranking, Likert, file up, and I never use this one, okay? So I'm not going to go into that, and sections. And this is the first thing I'm going to start with, okay? I'm going to start with sections because I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you one that is done already. So this way you can see, I'm going to preview it as a student will see. So basically, if I start with sections, I'm going to organize my form in a way, different parts that the students can answer. So they don't get like, you know, it's not too much at once. They can actually go part by part. So I have a listening, and I'm adding a resource to that section, and then I add different type of questions for the students to answer that section. And I put there a video, and I'm going to show how to do that, but you could have tests, you could have different things there that they could actually answer that. So I come back to my test, and I'm going to put a section there. Okay, and I'm going to call it, as I say, maybe we are going to do today a bit of reading. Okay, so we are going to work with a test. So reading. Now, because I'm going to add the questions about a particular reading test, I'm going to add the test there. Okay, and how do I going to do that? I'm going to insert image. Okay, so I think actually I have one in my desktop. If I didn't, I'm a bit, yes, there it is. Okay, I got that from one of the exams, the state exams from Ireland. Okay, so I just put it there and it's going to open. Now, my internet is leaving me bad here. Just 1 second. This is hopefully. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to refresh this 1 second. Okay. Yes, I'm going to reload it. Now, there it is. Sorry about that. So you see the test is very small. So if I click now in the picture, I have the option to make that picture a bit bigger so the students can see better the test. Okay, I know Jerome is here and he did a very good webinar about words, how you can create those blank spaces for a test. So you could actually capture a picture of that and put it there too. And then as the questions, just put the numbers. So in each blank, you can put 1, and one of the questions here will be test, and just put it as question 1, and that will be the blank that they have to answer there. Okay, and again, points you can put 2 or whatever. In this case, because it's just a reading question, we could ask anything, like for example, what's the profession, o qué profesión tiene esta chica, or what's the profession, what's her job, if you want to answer in English now, because there are different teachers here, different languages. Or what's her name, or something like that, okay? And that will be the first created, okay? Something we test as well. Depending of the different level of students, we can just do it with a choice, okay? Little choice there, and just do something like just to help. The good thing with choice is that you can give a little feedback there if you want. Okay, so and I think in here I'm going to show what's happened with the questions. Okay, so if you do the multiple choice, you can give a bit of feedback. You always select which one is the correct one when you give your options. Okay, so for example, here will be what we could say. ¿Cuándo nació this girl? Well, it's the date of birth, okay? Date of birth, and we can put, I think it's 1996. So the first one will be 96, and we could put here, well done. Sorry if I can even type correctly. I don't think she's born in that age. That's it. And maybe here we could put 6, and we know that that's not correct. So as a message, we could say, be careful, remember to check dates, something like that, the date in Spanish or whatever. Okay, now with the test one that we did here, we could actually add the correct answers. So the test or the forms will correct it for us automatically when the students insert their answers. And you can put, for example, what's her name? Her name is Lele, isn't it? Lele, yes. Her name is Lele. And that will be the correct answer. Be careful, because it's not case sensitive, but if maybe a student puts a dot and you didn't put that dot in the correct answer, it will put that that's a wrong answer, even that is correct. Or even, you know, sometimes there are these little misspellings that it doesn't change that much the things, but or different words that they are using and you didn't put as the right answer. So that will give a wrong answer, like if the student answer wrong. And so for that, I'm always very careful with that. And I'm going to say later on when we're talking about the settings of forms, how I normally do, because this way I can have a quick look before I actually send the result to the students with the feedback. Now, what else we have here? What other questions we have here? Other type of questions we have here? We have rating. I like rating a lot, actually, especially for those exits, tickets types of questions and things like that. So when you go into a rating, again, it allows you to put a picture, as I had there with what it is. There it is. As I have here with this, and this is a rating. I just changed. You can put little stars or little numbers depending of the type of question you are doing. And numbers, I think, are very handy for this type of thing. And stars could be as well for, you know, how do you rate this lesson today or something like that. So I consider that I can spell. So something like that will be. So you can actually change how many stars or how many numbers you want. So it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 or more. Okay. And numbers as well there, or stars. And I think that's very handy. Once you set a point, and be careful with these too, because obviously the questions, some questions will worth more than others, okay? It will set up by default the points as 2. If you start with 2, if you start with 5, it will set up as the 4 by 5. So always just keep an eye on these kind of things. As well, if you decided that your test, you want to start with a different type of question, you can always, when you go into the move it up or move it down, you delete it. And as well, you can duplicate with a fun for the multiple choice questions, very easy, because then you just have to change a couple of things and you have your test done very fast that way with the duplicates of questions. What else we have here? You can put subtitles and a level as well, and we are going to talk about branching second. What else we have? We have a Likert. Okay, Likert type of questions that I found very good sometimes for maybe verbs and things like that. So we can just say, you know, tengo and tienes, and then the pronouns here. And this way the students can actually put which one it goes, or because we can delete them, we can just put true or false and different statements then, and just put a video, and the kids have to just answer if it's true or false what they are saying. So it's not only a way of agree or different how many, if not that you can play a bit with this type of questions too. What else we have here? Sorry, I keep pressing that. So another one we have here is file upload, and this is new. Okay, I have to say I haven't tried it yet, but file upload basically it allows the student to upload files into the forms, which it could be very handy for audio, I think. And the good thing as well is that allows you to change your file limit. Okay, so it depends on what you want the student to upload. If it's an audio or a video or something like that, of course we will go a bit bigger, and it will depend as well of your, because it's forms, we will create a file in your OneDrive called forms files or something like that, to upload files, something like that. And what it will happen is that all those files will go there. So you will have a copy saved there for your students' work. And obviously, depending on the size of your OneDrive, what you have there stored, or other things you may want that they be 10 megabytes, maybe for a picture or something like that, or a small little test Word document, something like that, or you actually something bigger for audio recording, or something a lot bigger for videos. Okay, and again, how many you want that they include? 1, 2, 3. So depends of the types of questions that you want to give to the student. So if I put that there, 10 megabytes will be great. Now, and that's I think the last type. Yes, so far. Oh, and ranking. Sorry, I forgot one of my favorites, ranking. I found this very useful, and I have one here. Is the last one? No, I didn't have it open. No, I don't have it open. I'm going to open it for you, okay? So, en la tienda de ropa. I like ranking a lot because it allows you to work a bit with more chunks of text. Okay, so for example, for a conversation, it will work very well. So I just created the conversation in order with the ranking, and what the students will see will be something like that, and they have to order the conversation. And I think it's a very nice activity. It's very fast to do, and it works very well. This could be as well with sentences and different parts of the sentences. It doesn't need to be a conversation. So for when they are learning their structures and things like that, puts the pronoun first or the subject first, and then maybe if we are talking about reflexive verbs, the pronoun there and things like that. And I think that works. Oh, do I have it in the next? Yes, there it is. So order the phrase correctly. So there it is, a very easy way for them to kind of get used to that the structures that sometimes are so different from English and are difficult for them. And this takes exactly 3 seconds to make. And I think it's very easy for them then to see how that, and it actually make it a bit kind of like a competition too. So it works very well, and I really like that type of question to do. Now, I talk about how to add pictures for the sections. I say that this is a reading one, read the test and answer the different questions. What's happened when we are doing listening? Okay, I know ideally we will just insert like the students, and hopefully they are working, I think, in forms to do new updates, and new updates are coming. I know that for sure, but audio will be a fantastic, I think, addition to forms. But a workaround for this is, if we are going again, I'm going to create a new section, okay? And I'm going to put listening. To add a video with your audio recording. And when I mean video, I don't mean that you record yourself. Of course, you can. Why not? But as well, you can insert a video. You can insert a video for your Microsoft stream, and you can insert a video for your YouTube URL. Unfortunately, YouTube, I cannot add the YouTube links from my school. It has been blocked, so that's a sad thing. So we have to use a stream for this, but I think I have it here. There it is. I have something there already, a little lesson about the regular verb, present tense. So the only I'm going to do is just grab, copy, go into my forms that I have here, and I add it. And there it is. That's ready to play. So the students can play, and they can be answering their different questions there. So that's a kind of workaround. That will work exactly the same with the stream. I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to put it again here, and I'm going to my stream. For those are not familiar with Office 365, it's kind of like a YouTube channel for your school, Office 365. And I created, there it is, a little channel for my first year Spanish. I have a video there. So the only I have to get is again, when you are sharing a video, you have to be sure to, in a stream, you have to be sure that it is allowed to see the checking the rights, who is allowed to see, and is allowed to see for the whole, I know they call it a company, okay? Obviously the school, but because it's kind of like a bit of corporation thing, it will be company. So we copy, and 1 second, there it is, again to video, and I paste it, and I say add. And it just gives you that little reminder there that be careful. Just remember to check your sharing rights, because if it's only for specific people in the company, not everyone could see it. And there it is, again, your video or your listening.
Hola, me llamo Alma.
And this way your students can play, stop it, answer the different questions, come back. I'm going to talk about a stream later on, because there is a surprise there for a stream and forms. They work very well together in a kind of different way, not in this workaround. Another workaround for listenings, okay? You can actually have, oh, sorry, I thought I have this open. I'm going to open it here. My OneDrive. You can actually upload an audio file. You can record your file with your phone, or you can record it with in your computer. There is always great programs there to record it, and just upload it into your folder in OneDrive, and it will work exactly the same. We just get the link. Okay, I have the first one, I think. It's a bit shorter. And anyone with a link, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go again to here, and I'm going to delete this. This way I have a better. And the only I have to do, maybe in the description, just add the link. You can obviously sort this a bit for students, maybe just to look at a bit. So you will see that the link is there, and when the students, it will go into the file, the audio file, and they can actually minimize or put the window in a different window, put the other in a different window, and this way they can work that way, the audio and the questions. Having problems today with the windows. There it is. So this way they can play it.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
And they can stop it. Are you still sharing? No, I didn't. I thought something, isn't it? 1 second, sorry about that. Now, there it is. I knew I thought something. So there it is. So there is another way, another workaround to work that. And this is a file in a OneDrive, okay? Of course, it's a link. So any other type of links, if you have a sound cloud or something like that, you can actually work it the same way as well. You just put the link to that and the students will go into, I just put OneDrive because this way it keeps everything in the same kind of Office 365 environment. But you could put a short video of a Flipgrid short video. Now you can record Flipgrids with only sound, so it will work very well as well. I think that you put a little link there and it will bring the students to that listening. And that's part of the listening and the sections. And that's, as you can see, that's why I create different sections. It's just to keep it all a bit more organized. And this way I can change a bit the type of question I want to use. It doesn't have to be all about test. It can be as well a different type of questions related to a test. It's not only like the fill the blank or things like that. There are different questions, do the same test and work in the same test. And then I'm going to the next one, and it's the listening with the same different type of questions and different to appeal different type of learners. Now, I created different sections, and I say I was going to talk about branching, and it's something I really like, okay? So when we create something like different sections, of course, when we create a question, for example, for tests, we can do it a bit longer. We know that sometimes it's just a little question like there, but her name is, or we need a longer type of question. So there it is. And as you can see, when it's a long question, there is no possible answers. So that will be, you need to go and look and correct the answer. So for that, so that's the long answer. If you want a required answer, you don't want that the students move from that question. You want that they answer that question. You will put it as required. If it's voluntary, if they don't know, they don't need to write anything. They can just move to the next. And here, there is a bit more for maths, that's restrictions, and subtitles could be, if you want to put there the thing in your language and then maybe the subtitle in English or different things, or different instructions, maybe you have to answer the question, things like that, that will be there. What else? Now, branching. So which branching allows you for students, if they didn't answer correctly that question, okay, to direct them to different sections. I created one here, and then I'm going to, there it is, differentiation. So what I did here, okay, is one of those that, completes the sentence with the correct, and I did it multiple choice, and I put the correct answer. So what I did here is, if I'm going to, what I created was a separate section here at the end. One has a video and one has a picture. So if a student didn't answer, if they answered the correct question, they move to the next question. If they got the question wrong, I put it to revision, el presente de los verbos. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to see how it looks from the student perspective. So I'm going to preview, and I'm going down and I say, okay, me llama. Oh, that sounds right. I'm going to say that. And I'm going to move to the next question. Oh, wait, I think it may be a reader mistake. I'm going to see how this looks. And there is a bit of explanation of how to do that. And then the student can come back to their test and say, oh, I know now, that's the ending. And the next question appears. The same way, it could be a video or it could be just a picture. So me, oh, amiga, and I'm going to next. Oh, masculine and feminine, I make a little mistake there. So I come back, and there it is. And the same, under the video, under the picture, you could put extra questions so the student could revise that before moving to the next. So it will be kind of more like a practiced kind of test more than actually a real grade test. It could work very well for older or younger students. And that's the good thing I like about branching. So very easy again to do. Just create sections with if I'm going here, back, sorry, I'm in the wrong one. So if I'm going here, I have my section. I'm going to add a new section and I put the listening there, for example, think that is kind of like a video to revise. So if I'm going to here, that I have a correct question there, correct question, add branching. So if I got the correct question, go to the next question. If you got that question, or you've answered that question, the student, I will move down and I say, okay, go to that to revise. And that will be it. I come back. And that's the branching with a revision kind of a question, if you like, in that forms. And as you can see, very fast to create that kind of revisions, helping a kind of form. Another way I like to, and I know I'm conscious of the time, we are nearly there, another type of usage I have as well, and anyone that know me or know anything about me knows that I love games in the class. I love gamification of the class. And what I do as well is I create a little choose your story type of a form game. Do I have it here? Yes, 1 second, sorry. With forms and branching. And it will work the same way. I have one here, and I shared it with you as well for in the Wakelet. I'm going to share now the link with you. So there it is. There is Unión Instituto. Okay, so again, it's kind of the same way with the branching, but obviously this will be something for students just to revision or just to, you know, one of those days that they don't want to do a lot, but you don't want to miss that day either. So there it is, a bit of a game that they have to revise about El Instituto, the school, and, you know, a bit of video there. And then they have to decide which ones to go, if they are going into the class of maths or if they are going into the English class. And, you know, they choose and that goes to the other, or if they choose that one, it goes to a different. So I think that this takes a bit longer. Okay, so it's not one of it takes a longer because obviously you have to decide at the different levels and things, but I think it's quite fun once in a while to do something like that. Now, and as well, they can do it in groups, they can play in groups and different things. So that's one. So that will be more or less, I know, very fast how they look. I saw already when you get your responses, how that will look too. I'm going to put it here and I show again the one that we did at the beginning. ¿Cómo estás hoy? So to check the responses, just to see the responses there, you can actually open it in Excel, which is very handy as well to keep your own records. You see as well the average time of completion. So, you know, if it is 15 seconds for one question is okay, but if it is 15 seconds for 10 questions, worry. You can print a summary, or if you are sharing this with someone or the department or something, you can create a summary link and send it in an email, and they will actually get this, okay? We could see the results. Obviously, they are anonymous, but if we can check there, if there are your students, you will get the different students, what they get, what the time they spend, and all these little things, okay? And again, you can print the response and put it in a little folder or send it to them, email it to them, or something like that if you want. Now, settings. I'm going just to move to the last part, okay? Oh, and always that you see the preview there, you can see what the students will see in a computer or in a mobile. Now, in the 3 dots, I always say this, in Microsoft, everything, 3 dots, you will find the settings. So there it is, settings. Settings that are going to ask you who can fill this out. I say today, anyone can respond. I think by default, it's going to go to the next one. Only people in my organization, only people in the school, only people that have ads wherever they email in your school could answer that. If you want to record the name, you can. If you want to keep it anonymous, you can too. If you want that a student answer more than once, you can or no. And if you want that only few people in the organization, they can click that as well. Now, options for responses. Accept responses. If you had enough, just stop it. No one else can answer that. Okay, so now if you go to that link, you cannot answer it. Okay, so that's if you want to. What start date? Maybe you want a test, you have it ready, but you don't want anyone to answer until that's a specific time. So you can change there. So I have class at 10, but I created that the night before. I don't want anyone to go there and start answering now from home. So I can put there at 10 o'clock is when they can, and end day 2. We know as well that sometimes the students are very crafty and they know a lot of things. So questions, Soffelden, log questions, things like that. This one doesn't have, it's only one question, but if there are more than one, you can show the progress bar. And I really like that with the sections, because this way the students can see how far there are. And then you can customize your thank you message. So very good always there to put a bit of, you know, for me, a bit of language there as well. So just to make it a bit more yourself. And the same, you can get a receive of responses after submission and get emails of a response. I never actually select this because I don't think I could get 500 emails. But if you want, if you are waiting for something important, you could actually do that. So that will be settings. In settings as well, if you are sending something home, it doesn't have to be only for the students. It could be that you send something home. You can change actually multilingual and add different languages. So depending of the languages, maybe at home, some of the parents are no English native speakers, and you want to add different language there, that will translate that for them. They will get a little, for example, since we have, I get the first one and the preview, they can change their language, and that will change. It will change. Oh, it changed actually the English part. Okay, so if you are sending something home and there are different languages there, they could actually be changed like that. And you can print it as well. Sometimes if students don't have a device, you can actually print it and they could answer that way. Sharing. How do we share this? And I finish in the next few minutes. So again, we say a specific people, we can change there, anyone, only people in my organization. And if you want a specific people, what people you want to answer that. Okay, so we will put their emails or names there. We could copy the link, QR code, you can download it or just simply by copy and paste, as I did at the beginning, put it in a Word document. That will be it. If we have a website for the class and we want to insert it in that website or in a form or in a sway or in a different presentation, we can copy the embed, or we can just simple email. Okay, and that's going to open my email. I'm going to close it. Open your email. Now, this is very good as well. You can share your forms with the department and create templates. So this way you will have your original and everyone can work in a different copy. So just with get that, you get a link, you share that link, and people just can create a, you know, or keep that one, that's particular one as your original one. And then we all know that some classes are different than others and we need to change some of the questions. So you can do that. And to collaborate, you can actually use that, and 2 teachers could be collaborating in the same, or if the students are doing a group project and they need a bit of research, they can collaborate that kind of way. As well, you just copy the link and share it with them. Now, very fast now, last part, I swear. OneNote. OneNote is integrated. If you're using OneNote, integrated with forms. So I have there my homework, whatever. If you are going to insert, and this is OneNote for Windows 10, it's something I use a lot, is OneNote for Windows 10. I don't use the desktop version. I find it a bit lighter, and I like it particularly because I have a little things that the other version don't have, so particularly this kind of things. Forms is here. So if you're going into OneNote, insert forms, we click there, and all your forms are there already. So now if I have here to insert, and there it is. So the students don't have to go nowhere. They just go there, they answer what they need. I'm going to close this. So they answer what they need. I can do it, I think. And that's it, that's done, ticket's done. So they have it all together in one site and they don't have to do anything else. The same, from here, you can create new ones and forms or quizzes. You don't need to have them created, but it's a good way of kind of recycle the ones you have already created. The same in your Microsoft Teams. Something I do a lot, actually. If you are going into your Teams and you start a new conversation and you type at forms, it will create a new poll. So very fast kind of way to checking if they are actually listening to you or not sometimes, just to do there the new and very fast to create. So a quick question just in the moment in class that you have there, they are working or something and you're like, I don't know, what they just say the last moment. So I'm going to say, for example, what color was it or something, just very fast. Oh, and I give you actually, again, because it's in English, I think in different languages it will not work. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but they give you as well different, so you can put just that, what color was it? Sorry, used to the Spanish keyboard. There it is. And just, again, share results automatically or keep resources, depends what you want to do. Save. Send, it looks good. And sorry, it's a bit slow today. And there we have it. A very fast way to create a quick poll for class, and this will work as well if you are doing your online classes in the conversation chat. You can do the same way. So there it is. I think I'm just there 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So please, I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, sorry, excuse me. No, I'm not stopped sharing nothing. 1 second, just 2 seconds.
You've got plenty of time, Gloria. Don't worry. You've got plenty. We're all loving it in the chat. So don't worry. Just show us everything you want us to show us about forms. There's no panic. There's no rush.
Perfect.
This is wonderful.
So just and this way we have a little moments there for questions and answers. I share with you. You can actually, I'm going to copy that with you. Again, a quick link there and a quick link to a Wakelet with a lot of resources. Well, it's only 6, but I will keep adding them. Okay, one of them is that game in el Instituto with forms, and I would like to say the name. I can't remember now. It has created a kind of guy of create a type of games in forms. It's a teacher from Scotland, so I put that as well there, and little courses and things that can be included. So yes, I think that's the end for me. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to thank you very much. That's definitely sure. And
amazing. Amazing. Was it Malcolm Wilson by any chance from Scotland?
That's it. Thank you.
That's all right.
The name. That's the name. Thank you. A great teacher and always sharing a lot of resources. And I have there his little video tutorial of how to create those follow your own story kind of game with forms. So I
actually put it in the chat for you, Gloria, because I remembered that one from a while ago, and so I thought it was appropriate to put that in the chat. So so people have got that already. Amazing. Right, so we've got a couple of questions, not lots of questions, but I think you've answered some of them as well. So we had the question earlier on, can you add an audio file? And you showed us how to do that. So the 2 options is via OneDrive, SharePoint, or uploading a video to YouTube and embedding that, or using Microsoft Stream.
Yes.
Right. Oh yeah, this is a great question, I thought. Will the students be able to sit the quiz at different times and the answers be recorded if you're using sections?
So if a student, they sit down in different times.
Yeah, so asynchronously, they're all filling it in at different times. If you include sections within the form, will that still work?
No, they can actually come back. And I think they have their work saved there. I know because this happened to me before, and I was like, be careful, don't come back any case or something. But I think it is all safe, yes.
Okay, so they can edit their response and come back and, yeah, okay.
I do think so. And please, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember we have this thing in class before we went online, and one of the students was worried that she will lose all her progress. And I think all is still safe there when she come back.
Okay, that's fantastic, lovely. The next question, oh, right. Okay. So this is more of a statement talking about putting audio into quizzes. I think this was Greg said, one of the teachers in my department records her voice and uploads it as a video to YouTube, or we put the audio in Sway, because obviously with Sway, you get an inbuilt player, don't you, when you upload the audio? Not ideal, but at least it's a workaround. So that's another way of doing that. Oh yeah, I think you've answered this already, but just to clarify, so someone has put in the chat, has anyone found a solution to the problem of the multiple choice answers not being identified as correct? If the spelling is wrong or you've used capital letters, how can you assign the points?
I'm sorry, I'm going to share again.
Yeah, please, please do. Yes. Please do.
I'm going to share again. Yes, there it is. Sorry. Do I have it here? There is an option, I can't see it here, but there is an option that they tell you if you want to share, or not this one, obviously, because this is a quiz. Sorry, this one will be, so I'm going to come back. There it is. So if you click don't show the results automatically, the students will not get that answer automatically. So they don't know if they answer correctly or not in the moment. And then you will get the answer, you can correct it, and then you send it to them. There is an option there that say post the scores.
Fantastic.
So you will get the answer, you can review the answer, and then when you are 100%, you can post the score. So the thing is going to the settings and change that there. Don't show results automatically, keep it like that. So this way the student don't know, it keeps working until the end, and then you have time to check if that's correct and change the answer then in the
Right, so what you would recommend, you would put in, say, one answer, and then you would then look at what the children have done, and if it's close enough, or it's they've written an answer which is as acceptable, you can then mark it manually. Is that right?
Yes, because sometimes, students, they like to put like exclamation marks at the end.
Yeah.
That. And obviously that's not correct, but it's not either incorrect. So but I always do that. I put the don't show results automatically at the end, so I can go and check actually before really sharing with them the results and the feedback.
Brilliant. Okay, that's lovely. Yeah, the next one was, how can you assign the points? I think you covered that already, but basically when it's in the quiz, you've got the box, haven't you, bottom left, and you just put the marks in there. Is that right? Is that, yeah?
You go here and you put the points, and you can change, you can put, and it's the number you are assigning is not specific in 5s or in 2s, it's whatever you want. You can put 1, or you can put 2, or you can put 13 or 21.
Okay, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Right. Amanda was asking whether they're updating Stream or whether it's changing at all, or can you give us any inside knowledge on that, if you know any?
I don't know anything about Stream. I know it's coming few things to forms, like for example, you can put things in bold, the test and things like that, and that's coming, I hope, very soon. And some little things like that. There is no major Stream. I'm really sorry, I don't know. It's something I forgot to cover actually, was the Stream. But I don't know anything if something new is coming or not. I would like, because I think it's a very useful app app to have inside the Office 365 environment. And I would like that they actually be able to do more with a stream. I think it's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't it? The way that you can have, you can add a form within a stream video, can't you? Little bit like Edpuzzle. But I think I'm right in saying you can only have one question per video. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Something I forgot to show. It was in my mind to do, but yeah, I do think that you can only have one form.
Yeah, I mean, if you have time to show us that, then if you're happy to,
actually, just 1 second.
If
Sorry,
you've got time.
See, like even with my guides, I forgot to do this, so you can see a bit.
No, it's fine. You've done brilliantly.
Okay, and sharing the screen, isn't it? So when you're going into your forms or your stream, sorry, you're in a stream, I have my video here. So here in the site, you can actually put your transcript as well. So, you know, for at the beginning, when we are doing a new topic or something, it's nice to have the little subtitles there. Or I like this a lot, interactivity. When you go there, you can add your form. So, for example, again, I have here this one, come back, get my link. I'm going to there, I copy. So there it is. You can put the name. So what's happened here or something like that. And in where you want it. So if you move, imagine that this is a real video with things happening. So you can put it there and you say, oh, this is exactly what I want. And you add it to timeline. Oh, there it is. Oh, you can still add in forms.
Right. So yeah, I think that's been said in the chat as well. So you can add multiple forms, but you can't have multiple questions in one form. You have to add multiple forms for each question. Is that right?
Perfect. So there it is. And again, you keep moving and exactly works a bit kind of at puzzle. And when you are done, you just add to timeline. That's it. And
los jueves no voy en coche.
So, come back.
Okay, so Miss Campello in the chat is saying you can have multiple questions too. I think a 5-question form. Okay, I'm not sure how we do that, but
oh, you're sorry, that was already submitted. But I think, yeah, because you can answer any of the forms you have created already. You can have a really long one if you want. It will work exactly the same. So if I change the settings here and I put, I think that should be, and forms here. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Always you want to show something, isn't it?
Hola, en España.
And yeah, you can have different ones. It's the same form, so you can create different forms and.
Right. So in that way, you could have multiple questions within the one form. Is that right? Yeah. Lovely.
And as you can see, very fast as well to do a very interactive video with forms and stream.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. The next one was, right. Is there a way to turn a form back to names rather than anonymous?
Yes. Again, as I did there, that's only one person could answer. You can actually change it there as well in the settings. And I think it changes automatically, like happened there during the video. They say that only one person could answer one, but because I changed it straight away, you refresh it and it works again. I could do it multiple times. So I think with the names, it's exactly the same. You can actually change the settings and just do different.
Awesome. Right. The next, you're doing brilliantly, Gloria. Right. So the next question is, you showed us how you can share a form. The question was, can you share or can we send it to a particular team? Is that possible?
Yes. When you are going into your, and coming back to forms, to the beginning of all, to your landing page in forms or the home page, if you like, if you click there, I don't know if you have to go to and you see move, it's going to give you the option to put it into your different team.
Oh, yeah.
So I can put it there and move, and now it's going into your team.
Fantastic. Awesome. Right, there we are. Right, next question. Right, okay. When doing branching, once the student has been sent to their section and they have done it, do they click submit or back? Also, is there a way of ensuring they actually do watch the video?
I guess you could put a couple of questions or like you have to answer these questions before you go. Yeah, they have to click the come back. If they click the submit, they will submit their answer. So
Right,
you
okay.
have to click the back. And yeah, I guess you could put a couple of questions after the video. So related to the video. So this way, and put the, you have to answer those questions. You cannot move from here until you answer them.
Right, so you make it a required question. Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. Okay, lovely. Okay, someone's asked about the wakelet in the chat, but I think you've already shared the wakelet, haven't you?
I think I put it in the chat.
I think we've got that. Yeah. Lovely. Right. How do you use accents in forms? I've been putting them in for students to copy and paste. Is there like a workaround for that, or?
Me normally, I change the keyboard, and my students have tablets, so we change the keyboard at the beginning of the year to Spanish, so we move between the two of them. But I saw it in Twitter. Twitter is very useful. And I actually, I love MFL Twitterati. I've been following for a really, really long time. And I think it's a great community. Everyone
we love you, Gloria. So there we are.
We share so much. And, there are things that you never thought before. And, you're really all good, very good sharing all this stuff, because it really helps, especially nowadays that, it's all new for everyone. So if you're going to anywhere and if you press the Windows flag in your keyboard and the full stop, oh, please say that works. Yeah. You open that, and if you are going into that one there, you find all the different accents and things there. So that may be a bit helpful for students to use, that there is un acento there. A bit easier to use for students that actually have to swap or install their Spanish keyboard. What is the letter? How do you do the upside down question mark? All that kind of things. So that's a Windows flag and full stop together, and it brings that little virtual keyboard, if you like, or something.
Yeah, amazing. That's a really good tip. Thank you so much. Right, next question. This is a bit more complicated. When a question has multiple answers and one is wrong, mine, as in the person that's posted this, mine gives them a 0 and doesn't credit the ones they got right. I presume that's in the like-it one, maybe. Is there a way around that? Do you know?
Probably not.
I think it's the same in Google Forms. Multiple choice grid, I think it's called. You have to get them all right. Otherwise, you don't get the marks. I think I'm right in saying.
I see. Okay.
Or you can maybe go manually and mark it in the way that we've talked about. Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
I do think that probably will be good. And then in the feedback part of the question, you could give there like a bit of, you did well here, but be careful with these kind of things. Yeah.
Fantastic. Right. Just about the transcript. I know Helen very kindly has said this anyway, but the transcript, just to confirm, it automatically is generated. Is that right?
Oh, no, in a stream.
Yeah.
I think actually you have to input it yourself, or some of the things.
Yes, you have actually got. If you click on those 3 dots next to like, I think that's where you select it and you say you want it to do the transcript. So if you go underneath your, that's right, and then go to the 3 dots, and then update video details, possibly. If you go to update video details.
I think, no. 1 second, I'm going to go to actually home. Sorry.
Because this I actually have to turn off, because otherwise it makes it too easy for the French listening, because they get the transcript.
I think it's there. I think somewhere there you can actually, there is this, somewhere there I think you can, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So if you click on that, and then it's one of the options on the right-hand side, captions auto-generate.
Yes, because I have mine already there. So for that, probably doesn't come up as an option.
Yes, it was there. So if you want it, that's where you click it and then it comes up. Mm-hmm.
Here as well, you can.
Hola,
Sorry.
me llamo Alma.
Sorry, you can turn it off just there. And I think they cannot see it if you turn it off. Yes, if you are going to that little thing, you can actually discard everything. And this way they don't have the transcript. That's just a little help for different type of students. But
sure.
Yeah, I know. and too soft, I think.
And then the last question is a more general question. Do all your students have their own devices in class, or how do you work that, as it were?
Yeah, we are lucky enough that the students have devices. So for that kind of type of things, there is a bit easy. But as you can see at the beginning of the video, they can use their phone, or at the beginning of the webinar, sorry, a bit tired now. At the beginning of the webinar, they can use their own phone, or, it's not it's web-based, so they can use anything. They can use any type of device. It doesn't have to be a Windows device. So if they share the link, or you can send it to them via email, or the QR code, they can
awesome.
Use that's kind of way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think the time has come for us to give Gloria a fantastic round of applause. So if Helen, if it's possible for us to maybe pause the recording or what have you, and then we can then allow people to turn on their mics and their videos, and then we can give Gloria a fantastic round of applause. It's been amazing. I knew it would be, but it's been absolutely amazing. And even for the diehard Microsoft fans, I think even those people have learned some new tricks here. So it's been really awesome. So let's give Gloria a round of applause.
Really well done.
Thank you for the invitation, and really thank you for staying with me a bit longer and on a Saturday afternoon. It's been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Lovely. I think we've answered all the questions. So I think if people just want to say thank you, or want to ask something on their microphones maybe, or Helen, do you want to wrap us up?
Well, I'll wrap you up if you like, but do feel free to say that. Yes, certainly on behalf of everybody, Joe's already said, he has been building you up for a very long time, Gloria. This has been going for months. And I can really see that why it was, obviously. You've given us a lovely overview. And what's so great is that there are things there that, yes, people have mentioned in the past, but you tend to forget about things. But also you've shown us lots of new things as well. The other thing is just to thank everybody here, because the effect that you've had is it started everybody starting thinking, oh, either, yes, we can do the same, or, oh, what about if we do this as well? And people also saying, well, we can share so much as well, particularly things like the forms. So thank you so much for the way that you put that together. It was really fun. It was great. And thank you, Joe, as well, for finding Gloria, bringing her to the tilt as well. So thank you very much indeed. Thanks, everyone.